She's attractive, she's smart, she knows what she wants. She's every woman on the right side of 50. She's a singer, songwriter, social commentator, and all-round good gal. Rose Rees-Morgan on The Beat Goes On.
Rose Rees.
This is self-talk. Selfies.
What sort of an Easter did you have, Rose?
Well, I spent most of the Easters chasing little bunnies all over my backyard. There was hundreds of them, little brown eggs everywhere. It was a lovely little picture. It was a little bit what you'd expect to find in a little fantasy movie.
Rose in Wonderland.
Rose in Wonderland found lots of bunnies in her backyard.
Now, Rose, this is the time of the year when the winter is coming on, and your toy boy, is he going to be able to keep you warm enough, Rose? Your toy boy.
Well, he's got his Winceyette pyjamas on with a little hole down the front, so that's always a good sign. They're striped white and blue, like you'd expect a good little Greek boy to wear. And I presume he will keep me warm this winter. When he's there, he only comes sparingly, because I'm getting older and I can't tolerate any nonsense. Don't want any of this possessive stuff or anything like that. Or this, I'm going to do the cleaning and cook the meals all the time. I'm not really interested in that sort of thing.
Have you ever been possessive yourself, Rose?
Of course.
I'm
terribly possessive.
Are you?
Oh, yes. He dare look sideways at someone a little bit younger and he feels my sting.
The Rose Rees-Morgan sting.
If I was by chance looking at his phone and found a woman's number in his phone, my goodness me, he's going to get the chill for a minute or two.
Now, Rose, we have a wonderful part of the night called
Kiwiana Dream Time. Now, this appeals to me because there's a bit of humour in this. Our Kiwiana Dream Time is Rinso. Rinso, do you remember?
Wow.
Rinso. No hard rubbing with Rinso. Aunt Daisy used to love Rinso. My mother used to love Rinso, and so did now I've got to tell you this, Auntie Maudie and Auntie Ollie and Auntie Betty and Auntie Ruby, these were my aunties, and Mummy, Maggie, they all used Rinso. And they used to talk about it. They'd talk about Rinso.
What? Let's go over this, Rose. What was there? I remember there was Sunlight Soap
Persil,
and Rinso.
There was Persil, Rinso, Sunlight. But you had the Sunlight
That's
soap.
That's all it was.
And you did the grating.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of integrated from there into Rinso. And there's this little thing that used to be on the radio, and Jim Sutton was on the other night, and I loved Jim Sutton. He plays some lovely old music. Yeah. And it was, I washed my clothes with Rinso. It washed my clothes so white. An angel came and stole them in the night. And that used to be on the radio. And I'm sure people will remember that.
Now, without us even noticing, suddenly it's no longer sold because we haven't seen Rinso for years.
40 years to be exact.
What happened?
Now, what happened was it was replaced, of course, like everything else, like we've been replaced, us old hippies. And, I went on to Trade Me today because I do a bit of research, and there was a blooming packet that had never been opened on Trade Me for sale for $10 of Rinso.
That's a collector's item, isn't it?
It is, and I've got a feeling that people. It was all about whiteness and being white sheets, white towels. Everything was white in those days, and to have everything sparkling clean. That was it.
Right.
That's what it was all about.
So we can give a big tick to Rinso as a genuine Kiwiana dream.
Genuine, very, very genuine.
Now, birthday of the week. Now, this is going to be interesting.
This guy I found fascinating. Our Aries this week is Tiny Tim. Now, Tiny Tim was born on the 12th of April 1930, and he was Herbert Cowrie, no less, and his alias was Larry Love. Now, little Tiny decided when he was a little boy that he was going to play the ukulele. That was going to be his mission in life, was going to be that he was going to play the ukulele. He got a few sets of music together, some very eccentric type music that he played, and his debut gig was at a lesbian ball in Greenwich Village, and that was where he started playing. And he developed a cult following. And he was rather bizarre.
I'll tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Through the tulips with me.
He had an obsession with his body cleanliness, a bit like me, and had a distaste for sex. Now, I tried to figure that out, and I thought that'll be because it gets a bit messy between the sheets and things like that. So, I mean, he had, but he did get married 3 times. He had 1 child, and he called all his wives Miss Sue, Miss Mary, and they had that before them. But he never lived with them, of course, because he was so obsessive. He was famous, of course, for tiptoe through the tulips. He was, and he had this great big hooked nose and this long black hair. And he sold 2 million LPs for anybody that's interested or recognise it. LPs were long playing records and we used to have them.
Hey, one day that's a great Kiwiana Dreamtime.
LPs, yes, long playing records and gramophones. It will be. Now, he died just after performing Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and he suffered coronary disease, so he had a heart attack. So, I think Tiny Tim was pretty friggin' cool, if you ask me, wasn't he? Do you think he was? He was, you know. He was. Isn't Gerard looking wonderful tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Don't you think he could put a wig on and do Tiptoe Through the Tulips? I'm sure he could.
Now tell me, Rose, we have a quote of the week to finish. There's some thoughtful quotes coming out lately, isn't there? That
I'm a very thoughtful person. I am actually. I really like. I'm quite deep and meaningful, really, on a good day. No, and I'm having 2 weeks off university at the moment. That's good. Now the quote of the week is: "All the beautiful sentiments in the world weigh less than a single lovely action," and that's James Russell Lovell that has written that quote. So that's all the beautiful sentiments in the world weigh less than a single lovely action. I think that's beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's very. Now have a think about that as you go forth and multiply in your week. Make sure you do your washing.
Rose Rees Morgan, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.